Raw time?
You trashy bitch.
That's me. Raw time?
I'd like to eat your pussy.
Well, who wouldn't?
48 minutes of dogs barking. 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 Growl. Growl. 48 minutes of dogs barking. 48 minutes of dogs barking.
Alright, welcome to 48 minutes of Dogs Barking. I'm Brian.
Hi, I'm Jason.
Gosh, and we're here to talk about taking care of dandruff.
Yeah,
Did you know that it's actually not flaky skin, but a some sort of fungus?
Well, that's what they say.
Well, listen, RFK Jr. is going to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah, see, I'm waiting.
He just sounds like a Tibetan throat singer in like a fucking dive bar in Nashville. Dolly Parton's grandma.
Every time he speaks, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I can't wait for the new hellscape that we're living in to finally pay dividends and get me rid of this dandruff I've had for years.
God damn it. The big dandruff is finally going down. I don't know. I'm kind of like, you know what? He is going to get rid of high fructose corn syrup. So,
Sure.
I mean, so what if a bunch of kids are going to die?
That's painful. I don't even know how to respond to that.
Because, I mean, at this point, like, you know what? We got to take our wins.
Yeah, I know.
They're gonna get rid of that crosswalk outside the school for the blind. Listen, their ears ought to be good enough.
Yeah,
They
Daredevil
hear
theory.
this American steel coming down the road.
Well, that's the problem. Is if everyone is issued a government-issued Cybertruck, they're not going to hear it coming because there's no engine.
Well, no, they'll hear it because it's falling apart like a
Okay.
jalopy.
Yeah, fair. That's a
Did
fair
you see
point.
that report that said
$400 million? Oh wait, no.
No. I mean, that's.
Sorry.
No, the world's richest man who is effectively our sitting president, acting in self-interest while telling the rest of us to eat shit. That's not surprising.
Not surprising.
That's barely news to me. No, but the statistics that the Cybertruck is technically more dangerous than the Ford Pinto.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Recall that sumbitch.
There's
While
only
we have a
there's
working
only
NTSB.
There's only like 36,000 Cybertrucks, and there was like 3.2 million Pintos made.
Okay.
But statistically speaking,
That's
the
bad.
Cybertruck is worse than the Pinto.
It's a sheer numbers game. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to see how it stacks up against the Cybertruck stacks up against like a Chevette or something.
I was going to say, yeah, like the Fiero or one of those other, just a real nightmare of a
Yeah.
vehicle.
Did you watch the Fight for America's Soul?
I did. It was fantastic. Of course, Brian's talking about the Super Bowl. Boy, it was fun in the first half watching Patrick Mahomes continually eat shit for like
Just-
almost an hour.
A guy, like at one point, I mean, I'm not a big sports guy. Like a friend invited me, them and their partner were having people over, and I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'll go hang out. Like, I mean, just to eat like good food and like hang out with people. Like, and then there's a little bit, there's spectacle. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
But just sitting on the couch being like, man, he looks like he's about to go back to playing arena football.
Yeah, washed.
Just absolutely fucking just cooked. I have not seen a quarterback eat shit like that.
In a game that big.
Yeah.
In
I mean,
very
this
long
is
time,
this is Ankiel
Yeah.
World Series level performance.
God damn. Yeah, you're right.
Just where you aiming at, bro? But here's the thing: they had 3 touchdowns eventually,
Eventually.
and like all of those are fucking highlight reel worthy plays. It's just where were you guys the rest of the game?
The Eagles were just putting pressure on him. The defensive line was not holding at all.
I mean, Midwest Nice versus a team that represents a city that is basically the kid that got sent home from the field trip to the school for chucking D-cell batteries at animals at the zoo.
Yeah.
They had to grease the fucking poles regardless of what was going to happen in Philly.
Yeah, absolutely, because they're hooligans, and we
Yeah.
love them for it.
Sure. Some of my favorite bands are from Philly.
Exactly.
Mannequin Pussy.
Uh-huh.
I think Gladdy and Sheer Mag.
Sheer Mag, yeah.
There's just like a lot of really cool bands that have come from Philly. So, no disrespect, but it's between Philly and Baltimore of who's like
Yeah.
the person that's going to give you the drunk driving advice. Like, listen, cruise control. It's going to get you there.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to think too much with the pedal action, but if you
Right.
just do cruise control and you breathe,
Okay.
you're going to get there.
It's good advice, even though I'm drinking at home. But anyway,
What if you want a pizza?
if I want a pizza, I'll just make one at this point. The one thing, obviously, that we want to talk about from the Super Bowl is Kendrick giving the middle finger to Drake in a public setting.
We've got our Kenta cloth on. We're kneeling.
Yes, I am absolutely. Yes. I don't know if you can see it out there in podcast land, but I'm doing it right now. Masterful.
Honestly, I thought it was boring. Kendrick Lamar's music, I don't know if it's really for that kind of avenue.
No, it clearly isn't based on the comments the next day and all the fucking Facebook stuff I've seen. I couldn't understand him.
Like,
You know.
I feel like his music is shit that you like play in the kitchen while you're cooking.
Well, I
and
do.
You fucking,
Yeah.
you bob your head, you're fucking cutting up your veggies or whatever, you're prepping stuff. I don't know if it's necessarily like giant sports spectacle music. And I think he did the best he could. I don't even think it's terrible. It's just like, how can someone who's so envelope pushing push the envelope and this incredibly conservative spectacle?
Yeah, very safe.
And it
way.
felt very safe.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's not going to, of course, one of his dancers did get, banned from any future NFL games for flying a flag that said Free Palestine, Free Sudan, but that wasn't televised. That wasn't shown on television.
Yeah,
So-
no, that wasn't. And props to that dude. That
Yeah.
dude, I'm paraphrasing him, but I think there was someone that interviewed him and asked him, like, why he did it. He's like, I didn't want to face my creator, a coward.
Hell
Basically,
yeah.
like,
Hell yeah.
All right, I fuck with that.
Yeah.
Kendrick giving the shit-eating grin where he's like, say Drake.
Yeah. Teasing that he's going to do the song at all.
Yeah, and yes, it's the PlayStation controller symbols. It looks like a prison yard or like a city street.
Yeah.
There's lots of little symbolism and
For a
stuff
minute
that,
there, I thought he was doing a Squid Games thing, but then I was like, oh, no, wait, that's not.
and it's cool that it happened. And I've seen Kendrick Lamar live before, and it's cool as hell. Capitalism can only let something like that play out in so much as capitalism can make money off of it,
Right.
exploit it. So there's really just such a hard limit, a hard wall to what can be expressed there. People are really just overanalyzing or just
Yeah.
happy for the crumbs.
Well, especially with Trump in attendance, So.
Well, Trump left. I
No,
think
I
Trump
know.
left before halftime.
Oh, did he? Oh,
I think
didn't.
so.
I don't know when he left. I just know he wasn't there at the end of the game.
I'm not trying to shit talk you for
Oh,
enjoying it
no.
or feeling like it resonated with you. I'm just saying, like, what could we expected? And I think, he didn't do we gonna be all right.
No, that was a glaring omission, as was practically anything from Good Kid, Mad City.
Yeah.
No Money Trees. It was
Well,
like
that was we gonna be all right. Things from
Pimp a Butterfly. Yeah,
Pimp a
I was
Butterfly.
saying that and
King Kuta.
yeah,
Fuck. Because the thing is, like,
yeah,
I think some
how
of
much
his
a dollar cost.
yeah, some of his biggest fucking like catchy jams, you can't really perform in that context. Whatever, it's cool. Kendrick Lamar deserves all of his flowers. I feel like he's getting a little overexposed.
Sure.
And that's necessarily his fault. Fuck Drake. Fuck Wheelchair Jimmy.
And fuck Kanye too, which
Yeah.
leads us into our next story.
Yeah, wasn't that fucking weird?
Very weird. So I
The
don't know if
room
you
went
guys have seen
silent
this.
during this because we're just like, what's going on?
So during the Super Bowl on certain Fox affiliates, Kanye West put out a commercial. It's 43 seconds long, including the very long intro. So here's
It's like someone's grandfather trying to wish you happy birthday, but not understanding how to stop the recording.
a really bad cameo that you overpaid for. The entire commercial is Kanye West shooting on his iPhone in a dentist chair, as you can see all the implements behind him, and he's got a mouth guard in. So I spent all the money on these new teeth. So once again, I got to shoot this on my iPhone. Go to Yeezy.com.
Yeah. I think he was getting fitted for grills, or he was either getting veneers. It was kind of hard to tell.
Something like that. The really distressing thing is, if you went to Yeezy.com, the one item for sale was a white T-shirt with a black swastika on it.
Yeah.
HH01. Of course, HH. Heil Hitler.
Oh,
Wow.
we're aiming high here. I do have some umbrage with people that were acting incredibly incredulous about this. What were you thinking this was going to be?
Yeah.
It wasn't going to be anything good. We weren't going to like it. And, like, it's a mentally ill guy crashing out.
Yeah.
He's not getting the help he needs. And I think even if he got the help he needs, he'd still be a shithead.
Oh, yeah.
This is a incredibly flawed, disturbed person that is going to do incredibly flawed, disturbed person shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we shouldn't be like, hey, that's bad, and call it out when we see it. But acting scandalized sometimes is like, all right, okay. Did you you come off like someone that's fallen for the wallet inspector multiple times? I thought this guy was legit. He had a pocket protector.
So, preceding all of this was a series of tweets. And yes, Kanye is on Twitter at Kanye West. One of the first ones is, all caps, I have dominion over my wife. This ain't no woke-ass feminist shit. She's with a billionaire. Why would she listen to any of you dumbass broke bitches? People say the red carpet look was her decision. Yes, I don't make her do nothing. She doesn't want to.
Can I stop you here? Someone made a point that all of his crash out tweets,
Yeah.
they read better in the Dracula flow voice. Yes, I don't make her do nothing. She doesn't want to, but she definitely wouldn't have been able to do it without my approval, you stupid ass woke pawns. I have no respect or empathy for anyone living, because no one living can fuck with me. But I do love some people, and I give them favor.
Okay, I'm gonna. I used to be woke too.
All rappers want my spot. I will never not know that every rapper living want be me. Every rapper living wish they was ye.
Call me Yaylof Yitler, and your bitch still wants to fuck.
I'm not gonna read the next one.
Hitler was so fresh.
I'm gonna normalize talking about Hitler. They were talking about killing. Has been normalized.
I got in the shower and thought of like 6 tweets. Let me see what I could remember.
No comments were viewed while I've been tweeting. I ain't adjusting nothing I do or say for anybody who has enough time on their hands to sit and talk about what the fuck I write, positive or negative. Your opinions don't mean shit to me. I don't give a fuck what anyone likes. When people make all that money with a coin, is that cash or concept?
I can say Jew as much as I want. I can say Hitler as much as I want. Matter of fact, I do say it when I want.
Ain't nobody ramped up. Either I'm calm as ice, this how I really feel, how I really felt, and how I will always feel. Fuck all you fuck-ass unfair business deals. Does any person know that does business with me need to know I don't like or trust any person? And this is...
When I was canceled, no N-word showed up for me other than Ty. Every single other N-word waited for it to be safe. N-words wanted for me to be in good standings with the Jews, then they came around. That N-word better than everybody anyway. It goes on like this for a while. And yes, so the Super Bowl ad, the $20 Hitler shirt, the whole thing is just fucking insane. The ADL, of course, urging Fox and Nexstar to condemn the ad, to commit to stricter screening measures. They got through because it was like a local ad.
That's so weird. And I still don't think that was nearly as upsetting as the Martha Stewart ad.
Oh, which one was
that? For the
that?
fucking shoes, for the Skechers, that had just like really unsettling CGI.
I don't remember that one.
Oh, it was fucked. It was like, that was one where like people walked out of the room and were like, I need a drink.
Well, see, I watched it on Tubi, so I didn't get all the ads that everybody else got.
Yeah.
I got some really unsettling Tubi ads.
The one where people had like a hat for a head.
Oh, the flesh hat ones.
The flesh
That's
hat
the one
was
I was
really
thinking
upsetting.
of. Yeah. Or the Mountain Dew Baja Blast ad where it's like CGI Seal, the singer,
As a seal. Singing seal.
singing a modified version of Kiss from a Rose. Terrible.
Yeah, pretty bad ads this year, but I think we were waiting for more AI slop.
There was a few.
I turned down 3 foes this week with Make-A-Wish kids in wheelchairs. I'm a Nazi. I love Hitler. Now what, bitches? Yeah. Fuck Virgil.
Yeah, fuck Virgil. I'm on board with you on that one. And then apparently the next day it was like, I won. I tweeted pretty much everything I felt like for 12 hours, and I still have my Twitter, and most importantly, my billions. Thank you, everyone, for participating in this social experiment. Thank you and love to my fellow rappers. Thank you and love to all black women. Thank you and love to all gays. Thank you and love to all Jews. Thank you and love to all gay Jews. Thank you and love to all gay Jew rappers. Thank you to all broke N-words. Thank you to the internet trolls. Thank you for all neurodivergence. And a special thank you to Elon. I actually love everybody, especially fat women. I don't like that I said social experiment. I tweeting everything I felt, and I'm not fixing nothing. Fuck everyone.
He's definitely wearing his finest 8-ball jean jacket.
Absolutely.
Trying to tell the judge I'm a responsible parent. Everyone knows I'm fucking not.
Now, February 9th, I'm logging out of Twitter. I appreciate Elon for allowing me to vent. It's been very cathartic to use the world as a sounding board. It was like an ayahuasca trip. Love all of you who gave me your energy and attention. Till we connect again, good afternoon and good night. And yes, he was saying fuck Virgil Abloh. Internet users, of course, saying Kanye after making 500 schizo posts, setting his phone on vibrate and sticking it up his ass. And there's an anime girl coming. Just a truly, truly absurd thing.
Absurd. Just
from Mr. West.
Never liked Kanye. I thought he was a little over. I mean, even like 20 years ago, I thought he was a little overrated.
I liked him, but that doesn't mean anything.
I just I liked his production work.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he was an interesting producer, but this is all Jay-Z's fault, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Another reason not like Jay-Z.
Among many.
I think I saw a tweet, and maybe as a white guy I can't laugh about this, but someone tweeted and there was a photo of him and it said this motherfucker looks like he discovered peanut butter.
Oh, wow.
That weird Basquiat hair.
Yeah.
It doesn't really...
It doesn't work for him because he's kind of got a receding hairline, so it doesn't quite...
Oh, man. You know what? Now I've worked with some really cool black dudes that had dreads but a receding hairline.
Yeah.
It's rough, man. Like, yes, dude, you're the coolest motherfucker here. Like, there's no doubt.
But put the Kangol back on or something.
Dude, put the hat back. Put the knitted hat back on,
I'm
brother.
telling you, yeah. Even some hairstyles just don't work with a receding hairline. Take it from a guy who knows.
Ask me how I know.
Yeah. Have you seen me?
Yeah, I'm looking at you right now, and jeez.
So we joked about this, and someone had made memes about this, and apparently the company listened, and it is real. That's right, folks. Jerkmate Ranked is now real. Now, this, according to Know Your Meme, published yesterday. Apparently, higher-ups at the adult webcam site Jerkmate had been monitoring the onslaught of memes about Jerkmate Ranked, an imaginary ranking system for the site's true Gooners, by releasing an official video game called Jerkmate Ranked on Monday. They teased it on Instagram, the grand finale of Jerkmate Ranked. They set the release date for February 10th. That was 3 days ago. And the video game is here. And it is very much like a cookie clicker.
Okay.
You click to FAP. You get enough cum points.
This is like someone's first Flash game.
You get enough cum points, though, and you can get, you buy lube, which means you get additional FAPs per click. Mm-hmm. And then once...
You can buy a poster.
Yeah, the poster gives you 6 FAPs per second. That's automated. Now you're getting, now your jerks are automated.
Oh, that was an auto player. Yeah, you just
gotta click a bunch of times to get your stamina level up to about 20, and then the game plays itself. I did make it earlier today to Emerald Edger of all the different ranks there.
You didn't get the Platinum Puller?
I did not get the Platinum Puller because I annoyed by it, and I'm like, you know what? I've done this, and I've spent 20 minutes on this. I'm fine. I'm
The
fine.
bronze beater, silver stroker, the Golden Gooner.
Golden Gooner.
That's my wrestling name down at South Broadway Athletic Club. The Golden Gooner. Don't shake his hand. It's a little clammy.
He comes out with 2 bottles of lube under his arm.
He just looks like a Prospector 88.
He comes out to Strokin' by Billy Squire.
Damn. Stroking!
But yes, Grandmaster Bader is the highest level you can achieve in Jerkmate Ranked. And apparently there is a prize. So if you get, you put your highest score on Twitter, on X, using the hashtag Jerkmate Ranked, and you get in for a drawing for either a $200 Jerkmate credit or one of 5 $100 Amazon gift cards or one of many Jerkmate trophies. So if you've got the time and inclination, it may be worth your while to play the fake Jerkmate Ranked game. I do appreciate their commitment to the bit, though. That's something that's
Absolutely. Leaning in. In these dire times, shouldn't we all be a little bit of a jerkmate?
Be a mate and jerk your mates off. No, that's not it.
I don't have any friends that are worth jerking off.
I mean, nothing personal. You know, I love you, but
That's cool, man.
Sorry.
You don't want to deal with this. What?
Yeah.
You're entering into a psychological head game here, no pun intended, that no one wants to be a part
I
of.
wasn't ready for. Yeah.
How does this make you feel, white boy? Alone, isolated.
Well, someone who probably would enjoy the actual Jerkmate Ranked would probably be Barstool CEO Dave Portnoy. You familiar with it? You know.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows Dave
He
Portnoy.
was he came to St. Louis and made fun of our pizza when the Blues were in the Stanley Cup Finals. I don't know if his shtick of going around the sports towns and making fun of their pizza, I don't know if that's really like productive.
Defector did something similar, and it was funnier.
Yeah, and like less like potentially harmful to small businesses.
Yeah, because I think like Defector's one is like your hometown team sucks.
Yeah.
So like not the food itself, but like your team sucks.
Listen, I went up to Chicago.
Yeah.
I had some chain restaurant deep dish.
Yeah.
It was fucking fine.
Where'd you go? It wasn't Tony's 2 up the north side. That's all. Okay. Tony's 1 on the
I
other
went
hand.
to Lose.
You went to Lose.
I went to Lose.
Okay.
Went to Lou Malnati's.
Yeah. That some people claim that's the original.
Some people say I fucking enjoyed it quite a bit. Had a nice little mixed drink.
Nothing wrong with it.
Had an Italian Palmoa.
Oh.
Then realized, well, geez, I take a couple medicines that maybe I shouldn't have grapefruit juice.
Oh
with.
no. Yeah.
But I'm like, but you know what? Like, it's a mixed drink.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting there pounding 12-ounce glasses.
Yeah. And you'll
I'm
have
having
one
one thing. I
Yeah.
took my medicine 12 hours ago. I think
You should be all right.
I could skate by once.
If
I
you
say
have
it-
the one.
the one, and I'm having it with food. You know,
Right,
I think I'm
right.
going to live. I think my liver can take it.
Yeah, if you were drinking those all night, that'd be a different story.
Yeah, where I bought like a jug of it from the store, like grapefruit juicer. And it sucks 'cause I do love a good grapefruit.
I know. I got meds I can't take it with either.
The fucking salad, phenomenal. Their house salad.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's like a local chain. It's not like a big chain.
Who gives a shit? It's a local chain in the fact that people from there want that, and they have multiple locations. I don't think that's a bad
Yeah,
thing.
we saw one in Wicker when we were walking from Urban Belly. We're like, oh shit.
That's
like,
the one I went to.
It was fucking tasty. It wasn't too much.
No.
And I like a good pizza sauce, but the tomato, sometimes, we're older guys.
Yeah.
The heartburn, the indigestion.
Oh, sure.
But I felt like it was a good balance. It was a good flavor, good cheese, good toppings.
Yeah.
This does the trick. This does everything we wanted it to do.
Sounds
Welcome
great.
to 48 minutes of dogs talking about pizza. Anyways,
Food.
so
Yeah.
Barstool Presidente.
It is Crypto Scam of the Week.
You're listening to 48 Minutes of Dogs Barking, the podcast.
And now it's time for the Crypto Scam of the Week.
Dave Portnoy.
Oh, Dave Portnoy.
Dave Portnoy.
He was, however, I'll give him something before we go into this.
Yeah.
Incredibly on point about the Robin Hood shit back in 21.
No, yeah, he wasn't wrong there either.
He wasn't wrong. He's like, hey, listen, look at these big. Look, they don't want you to play their game.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how they're freezing your Doge, your GME.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn, he's welcome to the resistance, Dave Portnoy.
It's a very strange story, but the long and short of it is Dave Portnoy created a crypto coin called JailStool. Okay? $sign JailStool. And the idea was people had noticed that he was playing around in the crypto space and that he may have done some questionable trades, and some had lightly suggested that maybe he should go to jail for it. And so, so JailStool was born. The Twitter account Superkeeper33 quote tweeting Dave Portnoy. Dave Portnoy posting, I put hundreds of thousands of my own money into JailStool and promised up to 1 million more as it grew. I promised not to take any out till 1 billion market cap. I could have cashed out for 6 million. I didn't. But I'm not just going to promote forever for free while sharks eat minnows. And what he's referring to there is the alleged rug pull of JailStool. Twitter user Superkeeper33, scam rug pull complete. What a move by the king of the free world. I'm not mad, go birds, but what a scumbag. 10 plus years for sure. Meaning that's the jail sentence.
That's pretty fucking funny.
And so I had to go find out what the hell this was all about. So Blockchain News, blockchain.news, by the way, has this bit of a pressy. On February 10th, 2025, Dave Portnoy announced on a live stream that he did not intend to rug pull the cryptocurrency JailStool. However, just minutes later, at 10:50 a.m. Eastern, he proceeded to rug pull the token, leading to significant market movements and discussions across the crypto community. This, according to Kook Capital LLC. The initial price of JailStool before the announcement was 0.0005 cents, which plummeted to 0.0001 cent immediately after the rug pull, 80% decrease in value within 5 minutes. This event caused a trading volume spike from 100,000 tokens to 1.5 million tokens within that 5-minute time frame, indicating a rapid sell-off by investors. The incident underscores the volatility and risks associated with celebrity-endorsed cryptocurrencies, as highlighted by numerous reports on recent events. And yes, we have been on this beat for a while. We have seen this over and over again. It's just ridiculous. The price dropped for the Bitcoin pair from 0.00, a fraction of a Bitcoin, to even more of a fraction of a Bitcoin, a 98% decrease. Trading volume surged from 10,000 BTC to 150,000 BTC within the first hour post-rug. They did say that technical indicators showed extreme bearish signals post-rug pull.
Oh, the RSI just wasn't flipped right.
Okay. That's the relative strength index, by the way.
Yeah, because there was more selling than there was buying. So you didn't see your golden cross or your death cross at the proper volume inflections.
Okay. So this wasn't necessarily snipers like we saw in the previous couple weeks.
This is just an old-fashioned rug pull, baby.
Classic.
Old school. OS for life.
So, yeah.
Big time Tommy pulling liquidity. Listen to some old style.
Big time Tommy. I haven't thought about him in a long time.
I fucking love that guy. Oh, I hope he's... shout out to Big Time Tommy. I hope you're doing good.
Yeah, dude.
I hope you're cruising through Jersey.
Yeah.
Listening to some old school.
Big Time Tommy, give me a call. 314-246-9766.
I'd love that Big Time Tommy.
Let's go. Come on in, man.
Completely weird that dude out.
We love it.
What's this guy doing to his ass?
I ain't never seen no shit like that before. I
saw it once in Yonkers, but I was kind of, it was the other side of the room.
Just a hoot and a half. We love you.
Much love to Big Time Tommy.
Yeah, for sure.
I hope I'm half that cool when I'm like in my late 50s.
Is that how old he is? Was at the time of those videos? Well, we'll have to do our research.
We're really just going off. Big Time has the Italian flag.
But yeah, so Dave Portnoy, JailStool, makes a joke about it, and then like, oh yeah, we're actually gonna rug though. So, and he's not even sorry. Usually when you get something like this, you get the big like, oh, our financials were secure. We didn't really know.
My grandma said she was cold. So we rug pulled.
The dev, died in a plane crash. I don't know.
Big time Tommy.
58.
I hope when I'm 58,
Yeah.
I'm as cool as that. I'm just rolling around in an old fucking caddy, listening to fucking mid-80s dance music.
Oh, Miami bass shit?
Yeah. Fucking rings on my fingers, smoking a stogie, just hanging out with the fellas,
Yeah.
eating some good food.
Just blaring Debbie Deb. Like, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like all that guy does is like hang out with the homies and like cruise, listen to cool music.
Talk about how hot Tina Marie used to be. Yeah.
Yeah, just fuck, man. What a life. If Big Time Tommy is not on some level aspirational to you, reflect on your life.
Think about it.
Think about it.
Yeah.
And if you don't find yourself moving closer to the light, I strongly advise yourself.
I'm going to go ahead and have to beat that because we can't
We
encourage.
can't advocate.
We need every listener we could get, Brian.
we need everyone. Oh, Jesus. Fucking. We're talking about
Please don't.
JailStool, and people are fucking rugging each other over the name of CZ's fucking dog.
Oh, God.
You didn't even know about that, did you?
I didn't. This is painful.
This
What
is
is this?
painful.
What is the? Okay,
So
break this down for me.
You know, CZ, he's back in Dubai. So a big thing in crypto for scammy meme coins is finding out like, oh, like one of the devs of Tron or like some other project. What's the name of their dog?
What's the name of their dog? Okay.
So, you know, you have like Elon's with like Floki and Marvin and a couple others. Yeah. Marvin the Martian. You know, God.
I was
God.
told there would be a gang bang.
Is everyone here tested? I don't want to give anyone Martian HPV.
God damn it.
Martian HPV.
Jesus.
God, fucking Elon Musk.
Yeah, fuck him.
Him with the doohickey.
Oh, please.
Please.
Please. I'm not going to bleep that. Fuck it. Hit him. Let's go. Annie up.
Absolutely. Fucking blast the MOP song Annie up while you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But so CZ's dog is apparently named Broccoli.
Oh, Jesus.
So there's like a fucking 24 shitcoins all named Broccoli, and they go at this point, the time of this recording, go anywhere from 5 million MCAP to like $500 million. It's fucking weird, man. It's weird to see a guy who just spent like 6 months in federal prison go back to Dubai and be like, let me hold on a second. Let me stir the pot. And I don't even hate CZ as much as I do SBF.
Balancing the scales on that one.
I mean, fuck them. But
Right.
like, I don't feel like I don't have a hatred.
That's fair.
But this is getting me there.
Yeah.
CZ, you're on my shit list, bro. I'm gonna fly to Dubai on Southwest Airlines because I'm broke. Take Frontier to Dubai.
Frontier. Oh, God. Last time I was on Frontier, it was
I had back problems last time.
I was going to
flew.
say. Yeah,
God,
me
you're
too.
just literally sitting in a lawn chair bolted to the floor. God, I mean, yeah, you know what? You're saving money, but what you're giving up in self-respect.
I was going to say, the cost is something else.
There has been times where I felt like I've flown Frontier and thought like a Waffle House level fight was going to break out.
Oh, there almost was when I went to Mexico last time. There was a lady up front, and she was pissing and bitching about something. And yeah, I felt like, oh shit, all right, I'm going to duck my head down, make sure nobody sees me, make sure there's not like objects being thrown my way. I thought it was going to happen. It didn't, thank God. But yeah, I thought, oh, we're going to be grounded. We're not going to get into the airport for a while. Yeah. They do direct flight. They do non-stops, which is great, to Mexico. So that's the only reason I ever fly them, because any time I go to Mexico is like, okay, you got to figure out what airline you're going to get on. Well, everybody else costs a bajillion dollars to get to Mexico. Frontier doesn't. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm going on fucking Frontier again. It sucks though, because if you want to,
your chair is literally a lawn chair with like felt over it.
it's like the old stadium chairs. They're even worse than a lawn chair.
It sucks.
It's bad.
I've like had to do it on short flights, and it's whatever. Like, St. Louis to like Florida.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's not too bad.
Yeah.
It's not too bad of a flight. Like Vegas, not too bad.
Yeah,
Portland,
yeah, no.
dude, I had
No.
Had to ask my travel companion to like work on my back, like get the elbows in there.
I can feel my back stiffening up just talking about this.
That's fucked, man.
Yeah.
All my buddies, all my homies hate Frontier.
Yeah. I
Like
don't care for
Frontier,
them either.
Frontier feels like it should come with like a parking ticket. And you're just like, damn, I'm never gonna pay that.
I guess. I guess. Yeah, this is my life now.
You should come with a parking ticket and a guy named Dwayne that goes like, yo, that's fucked.
Yeah.
There's like a guy named Dwayne that's goes, you ain't gonna pay that, are you? Nah, like cool,
man.
because you gonna pay that. I thought you would be a bitch and be like, fuck, man, I can't disappoint Dwayne.
Yeah, I say I can't look bad in front of Dwayne.
Dwayne's so cool. He got free skateboards.
I know. He's got the fucking porn star skateboard. The one
He's
that
got the
want?
hookups.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess it's time to talk about our main topic this week, Brian.
Before that, you want to do?
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
I'm unemployed now. I don't have to get up at 3:30 in the
true.
fucking.
That's
I
fair enough.
quit my job, folks. I quit my job on moral high ground. It's the only job I've ever been perp walked out of. A job I was good at and respected for doing. I've quit jobs in a fucking holy ball of fire and got to walk out with no one breathing down my neck. But I'm going to tell you something, folks. Not having to be up at 3:30 in the morning. Fuck, man. Beautiful thing. Beautiful
blessing.
thing.
It's a blessing.
God, you know what? Like the birds are chirping. My feet feel a little less heavy.
Amen to that, brother.
I ain't saying my dick getting bigger, but I ain't saying it's getting smaller.
Cheers, man.
Cheers to that sentiment. Imagine if you had a birthday cake.
Mm-hmm. But this was the cookies and cream moonshine, by the way.
God, it's fucking tasty.
All right.
Cookies and cream. Maybe the best standard ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah.
People want to talk about mint chocolate chip, and
Nah.
mint chocolate chip's number one for me, but I understand it's not for everyone. I'm also a freak because my number 2 is pistachio.
It's not my deal, but I certainly understand. For me, the best ice cream of all time got to be Rocky Road. A little marshmallow, a little walnuts, a little chocolate ice cream.
I like Rocky Road variations. Like you talk about like the Reese's,
Okay.
the Moose Tracks.
Moose Tracks.
I think there's a lot of ice creams that take that Rocky Road foundation, extrapolate a little
So,
bit.
yeah.
I think they're golden. I think
Sure.
Rocky Road deserves respect, but it's
Yeah.
not my favorite.
Well, because it's got a lot of stuff in it.
Boy, we're just off the tracks today, but
That's
you know
okay. I'll fix it in the edit. It's all right.
what? So I mean, I don't know. Keep it in. I mean, fuck it, whatever, man. Fuck it, we ball.
Yeah,
But
pretty
today,
much.
folks, for our
Yeah.
main topic, we're talking about how to make chlorine gas. No,
Nope,
I kid.
nope.
I kid. Listen, it's only 3 ingredients.
Read Fight Club if you want to know what those are. But anyway, no. Today's main topic is Camp Chaos. Now, Brian, you brought this to me, and I almost instantly was flooded with a series of ridiculous memories, most of which involving their really terrible Sopranos ripoff.
I didn't even know there was a Sopranos ripoff.
It's called This Thing of Ours.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's not great. The idea behind the website, much like when we talked about Albino Black Sheep or any number of sites we talked about that are basically animation portals, Joe Cartoon, that kind of thing, this was a site for Flash animations. Now, these Flash animations were created and mostly directed by a media production company called Snark Rocket. Now, Snark Rocket is the main project of Bob Cesca. Now, some of you out there in the listening audience may think that name sounds familiar, and you would be right. I still get to hear Bob on the Stephanie Miller Podcast Network, the Sexy Liberal Podcast Network. And also he is a frequent guest on the Stephanie Miller Show. That's where we...
So I gotta ask, is he funny?
In the way that #resist liberals are funny on Blue Sky, so
So
not
he's a
really.
little pedantic, a little out of step with the trends, but harmless.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So
If he was your uncle, you wouldn't necessarily be upset.
no, and he's really, I mean, he's only 10 years older than I am, so it's not that much bad. According to Wikipedia, the full bio is an American director, producer, writer, actor, blogger, and political commentator. He does have his own show, the Bob Cesca Show, on, again, Stephanie Miller's Sexy Liberal Podcast Network's regular contributor for Salon, born in D.C. One of his main notable credits was he worked for the Huffington Post, post 2001. It says he directed music videos for Iron Maiden, Yes, Everclear, Motley Crue, and Meatloaf. I designed the album and sleeve for the Yes album Magnification and the DVD release Symphonic Live.
That I didn't know about him. It kind of makes sense because there's a real like inside baseball kind of music nerd stuff that comes through, like particularly Camp Chaos.
Yes. And so on the Camp Chaos site, in the About section, my favorite little bit in here is that all the people who are contributors on the site have photos from them when they were like 8 or 10. You know,
they're great school. They're great. The great shirts, great lapels here.
Classic. So yeah, Bob Cesca, also Don/boss, and then in parentheses, leader, animator, freak, the founder and president of Camp Chaos, director, co-writer, producer, animator, and primary voice actor for all the cartoon series. Bob was one of the first animators to use Flash for online cartoon shows. I don't know if that's true, but anyway. Bob hosted...
I could say he's at least first generation.
Yeah, him, Joe Cartoon. Like, there's a handful of people that can lay claim.
Killfish. I mean, he's definitely... I mean, I say belongs in the same sense as like Joe Cartoon, Killfish, a couple others.
Oh, for sure. No, I'm just saying like, first.
I don't know.
One of the first. Okay, one of the first. That's the qualifier. That's great. So he was a PA for a radio show called Don and Mike. He graduated University of Pennsylvania in 1994 and has spent his whole life drawing funny things. And then you've got a series of folks, Andre Moore, Andrew Widdowson, the Moser brothers, again, animators, Mark Manali, and then Tara Donnan, unsung hero, business manager and producer, and a voice actor, voice of Babette from This Thing of Ours, Burnout reporter Linda Robelo from Monkey for President, and the voice of Pat Buchanan.
Amazing.
So yes, because a lot of these videos are Flash, sadly, the SWF files are not available, and so it's very hard to find a lot of these on the web archive. Now, somebody out there did some great work in archiving some of these. So, again, Camp Chaos had a bunch of sub-series, I guess you could say. This Thing of Ours. You had Nipple Man.
I think we're really dancing around the real meat here, which is Napster bad.
I was getting there. Yeah. Nipple Man was kind of a sub Ren and Stimpy type of deal.
Yes.
But yes, Brian is right. Napster bad. For those of you who don't know, Metallica was really pissed about the release of the song from the Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack that got released on Napster early before they could make any money off of it. And they started this entire lawsuit about suing Napster, which kind of basically killed Napster. I mean, that's the whole thing. Napster was a way to get music online for free, a kind of a proto-torrent kind of thing where...
That was fucking 25 years ago?
Mm-hmm. Metallica sued Napster, and Camp Chaos came out with Napster Bad. It was a series of Flash videos making fun of Metallica for their greed, specifically Lars Ulrich, because James Hetfield was just in the background, Frankenstein style, going, Napster Bad, beer good. Just
my fucking, goddamn Metallica cock ring. Yeah, this shit was stuck in my, like...
Here's a little sample of that. Somebody did archive this video.
Unless you download it until it sleeps from Napster. Then you're going to motherfucking jail. You're motherfucking meat. You'll be some fat, greasy, tattooed bastard's buttery cornhole. Who do you think you are? I mean, just, because you, made us rich, you think you can get free stuff? Songs that we spent upwards of, 24 to 48 hours writing and recording? I mean, James blew up for you. He ignited into a fiery inferno for you people.
Fire bad! Fire bad!
Our team of lawyers and researchers have your names, and we're going to hunt you down like the table scrap pilfering grab asses you are.
Grab asses bad!
So to conclude, rock on, Metallica fans. We'll see you on tour this summer. And you Napster users, we'll see you in jail getting gang raped.
Yeah, so it ends with, we'll see you in jail getting gang raped. Not exactly
alive, that was.
Not exactly subtle. Yes, Napster Bad did lead to them getting a deal with VH1. I don't know if you know
Oh,
this.
yeah, I remember hearing about this.
It was called Illustrated. Much like Napster Bad, not great. I don't really have a problem with anything they did with Camp Chaos, but I really feel like some of their shit was a little like lazy jokes. Here's a clip from the 11th episode of Illustrated. The intro, of course, featuring Courtney Love turning the Washington Monument into a joint, Michael Moore shitting in the White House, Michael Jackson being King Kong, yo-yoing a baby on top of the Chrysler building. Yeah.
Condi, Colin, get in here.
What is it?
George is dead. He choked on a pretzel.
Well, that's quite a twist.
Well, it's funny because pretzels have twists.
How can you laugh at a time like this? The president is dead. Come November, we're unemployed.
Can't you just run in his place?
No, it would never work. People won't vote for me. I'm evil.
So what are we going to do?
Nobody can know he died. We'll have to speak for him. We'll have to make all the decisions he would usually make.
Pretty much business as usual.
Right. Except we'll also have to drag his body around Weekend at Bernie's style.
Yeah, so the only joke they have in this first bit is that George W. Bush died choking on a pretzel, and they have to do Weekend at Bernie's for a press conference.
There's worse premises.
Yeah, but it's literally Weekend at Bernie's. Like, they're not even doing anything interesting with the idea. It's just we're doing the same joke, but with W. Bush. It feels lazy, is what I'm saying.
I mean, it's lazy. You know what? I feel like 9/11 took a lot of things from us, but That's My Bush is probably one of its most grievous.
That's My Bush was brilliant.
So good. The fucking improv.
Where he goes to see the mentally disabled man to get executed.
Yeah.
And they're throwing a party.
And but they thought it was an improv group. I forget that it is a comedy of errors. I think when the improv guys actually gets put to death.
Yes. Yeah.
But it was right. That was I think for me as a young man realizing like improv isn't usually funny.
Yeah, usually.
That's the whole thing. I think is like it was we killed an improv guy. Like, well, what's the loss?
Yeah, no great loss. He was an improv guy. There was a very big anti-improv backlash, and I think a lot of people are still riding it. Like David Cross still has a fucking hard-on for improv people and pisses on them at any chance. It was a weird time because, yeah, you're right. It was post 9/11. VH1 gave them all this money, and they're going to like do all this stuff. And, yeah, they had their big moment, right? They had their big moment with doing all the VH1 stuff.
Pretzel jokes.
Hey, whatever.
Fuck.
And, yes, by the way, Camp Chaos, Philly. Located in Philly.
Oh, wow. Philly boys keep winning.
They do indeed. Camp Chaos became Snark Rocket. That was a whole thing. But the, oh, God, yeah, that's right. Bob Cesca also, 3 years after Illustrated, he edited and directed the animated series Kung Fu Jimmy Chow.
The fuck?
For Heavy.com.
The fuck is this?
So Kung Fu Jimmy Chow.
I'm gonna guess not great for
really weirdly xenophobic, but also kind of an anime parody, a bad 3D CG.
Don't skip ahead. We're suffering through this.
As edgy as it is / was to make fun of anime, this does it badly. They did 31 episodes of this.
31 episodes.
Even by 2006 standards, kind of shit.
What?
Making fun of fan service. You know, when the Adult Swim people, the William Street people, had the decency to parody anime, they at least had a joke.
Yeah.
Perfect Hair Forever had a joke. They had one. It was one joke.
Yeah.
But it was funnier than this.
This is rough. This is not even Newgrounds level humor.
Yeah. It's not great. So yeah, Kung Fu Jimmy Chow.
That was 2006?
2006.
Man.
Yeah. Again, 31 episodes of that. Now, a couple years earlier, they did have a bit of a breakout hit in the form of a faux documentary called The War Effort.
Oh.
I don't know if you've seen this, but Bob Cesca wrote, directed, did not star in The War Effort. But no, it was a mockumentary in a Christopher Guest style. A documentary film crew follows the lives of several knee-jerk patriots as they enter a radio contest during the early days of the War on Terrorism. The tagline for the film, Patriotism, Paranoia, and Prizes. I was not able to find the war effort on many of my places I find movies, let's just say. But my understanding is that it wasn't great. There was an interview in 2003 with Ain't It Cool News about the movie. Yeah.
Wow, Ain't It Cool News is maybe the first time it's ever been mentioned on this podcast.
Probably, because I do not care for that website. Father Geek here with old Elston Gunn and a cool chat he had with pop animator Bob Cesca. Elston Gunn about the war effort and VH1 Illustrated. It starts out with probably the worst opening paragraph, but I'm going to go ahead and read it. In the liner notes of 1965's Bringing It All Back Home, Bob Dylan wrote, I accept chaos. Today, a new Bob wants you to accept chaos as well. Camp chaos, that is. And this Bob is Bob Cesca. If you visit campchaos.com, you'll find some of the most subversive and innovative animated shorts online. And this Friday, the same kind of animated wackiness will be in your home on your television screen. Camp Chaos is behind the new animated sketch comedy program VH1 Illustrated. Nothing in pop culture is sacred in this cornucopia of cartoon cut-ups. Everyone from the president to the king of pop will be lampooned indie tune style. But that's not all. This year, Cesca was the proud recipient of the No Dance Film Festival's Golden Orb Award and Audience Award for Best Feature for The War Effort, a mockumentary centering on a group of citizens as they immerse themselves in the war on terrorism with their own ideas of American patriotism. According to the synopsis at the official website for the war effort, quote, you'll never look at a car windshield mounted American flag the same way again.
Yeah, I kind of fucking hate it. Kind of thanks for nothing, brother. Thanks for your bullshit.
But Bob does give a little bit of insight into how Camp Chaos came to be. He says animation was first because of Flash. I picked up the very first version in 1997 and started making shorts for a site I worked for back then. Out of nowhere, Entertainment Weekly gave one of the shorts an A-, which was cool. So that really became the catalyst for building campchaos.com and going indie. The software made it affordable to produce shorts with a crew of one. But the goal was always producing features. Now, to my understanding, the war effort was the only feature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they did it.
They sure did. For those who haven't seen it, tell us in your own words a little bit about the war effort. It's really both a postcard and a parody of the period of time immediately following 9/11 and the beginning of the war on terrorism. We wanted to create a film which rips all the knee-jerk patriotism that arose in those days, so I wrote a story which focuses mainly on the competitive aspect of patriotism back then. Essentially, he who waves the most flags is clearly more patriotic, even though actual democratic participation remained low. So in the film, we meet an ensemble group of insane characters who each have their own concept of what it means to support the troops and so on. They all end up entering a morning radio show contest for, quote, America's Most Patriotic American. It's very much a multi-layered comedy with both broad and smart elements. The film was set in Philadelphia. It's really funny to read Bob now and then hear him on the air with Stephanie Miller and his own show. It's just kind of like, is this the same guy? And then you go, yeah, it kind of is, actually. There was a certain kind of post 9/11 lib dude. You know what I mean?
Really loving David Cross and MoveOn.org and fucking.
There was a type of dude.
There was a type of dude. It should be on Guys.
Yeah,
with
that's
Brian.
True. That's very true. But yeah, like you're right. David Cross, MoveOn.org, Code Pink,
Adbusters,
Faux
yeah. News,
Ugh.
Outfoxed,
Crooked Little Liars.
Yeah.
John Fugelsang, that kind of guy.
It is kind of amazing that what we thought was like this great leftward like attack against like Bush and the war on terror was really some most tepid milquetoast bullshit ever.
Air America. You know, someone who's actually on the left in the United States in these days, when you say the words Air America to them and they go, oh, God.
I think the only thing that was really leftward that came out in that period was the documentary and companion book, The Corporation.
Oh, absolutely.
Left of liberal or left of center shit until probably 2015. Pretty much my whole entire adult life has been pretty fucking... I mean, it's sad now, but there was a brief period of time we could have had bad bitch.
Oh, yeah.
We could have had bad bitch. His name was Bernie Sanders. But the DNC decided to rat fuck him not once, but twice.
But twice, that's right.
Yeah. There was actually someone on Facebook friends with that made a post that was like, not the Rain on Anyone's Parade, but, if the DNC were a bunch of fuckers, we could be enjoying the second term of Bernie Sanders. And that motherfucker had 150 comments. And I'm like, you know what? This guy's a bartender in Rhode Island. He's a sweet dude. He's a good guy. I don't need to know.
No.
He was
Don't
right.
look at, yeah.
Homeboy's right.
Bernie could have won.
Don't need to know what a bunch of people that, go hang out at Silver Ballroom think about anything.
So Bob has continued on. After Napster Bad came out, Warner Brothers basically told him no, because they did a follow-up to Napster Bad with characters from The Sopranos. Warner Brothers came down on him. What's interesting to me is that, according to this article from CNET at the time, 2002, Bob Cesca said Warner Brothers had hired them to create the cartoon for a convention. They were paid for the production. The two companies aren't in dispute for the web rights to the show. So Warner Brothers were basically saying, you could do it for a convention, but you can't do it for the web. That was a big, weird one that they got pulled because it used Sopranos characters. If you go to bobcesca.com, Cesca is how you spell the gentleman's name. If you go to his website, there is the section, What About Bob? And so it does tell his story. Now, I think it's really funny that this is the only place where you know what his parents were actually up to. Now, it says Bob grew up in the D.C. suburbs of Northern Virginia. His parents were employees of the federal government. Ah, yes.
Ah, yes.
Ah, yes.
It kind of makes a little sense now.
It kind of does, yeah.
Not necessarily in a bad way.
No,
It just makes a little bit more sense.
But so Camp Chaos kind of fell into disrepair. They let the site basically go to hell, and now Bob is just kind of off doing his own thing. And he's doing radio shows and podcasts and whatnots. So he's still getting work, which is great. He did run for a local election and won it. He published a book in 2008 called One Nation Under Fear. Yeah, let me see if they have the picture of the album cover he did for Yes. Oh, for the album Magnification. Not a great album cover, I gotta say. I'm sorry, Bob.
I mean, for Yes, I guess it works, but it's not. I'm not going to get framed on my wall.
Yes has a million better album covers. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Oh, do they have the music video he did for Meatloaf? Yes. Okay. He did the animated music video for The Monster Is Loose from Meatloaf's album Bad Out of Hell 3. The worst Bad Out of Hell album that Meatloaf ever released.
Is it really that bad?
It's just, compared to the other two, it's just not a great record, is what I'm saying. Meatloaf was kind of leaning into the nu metal sound at the time.
It seems bad.
So I guess it just depends on what you like, you know? A sub-POD riff.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah, this ain't no Dashboard by the, or Paradise by the Dashboard Light.
He's been involved in some, unfortunately, bands that are on their backslide, I guess, is what you'd say.
Yeah.
Like they're on their last legs. Good on him, I guess. You know, he's still doing things. It's more than we can say for a lot of people that we talk about on the show.
Sure.
So, you know, good on you, Bob, but it's fine. It's whatever.
It's okay. I don't hate it. Oh, you ready for a gross picture?
Oh, yeah, baby.
Thank God.
It's Shock.jpg time.
And now, the moment you've all been waiting for.
Shock.jpg.
This one simply called...
My Goatsy-branded cock ring is vibrating with pleasure.
This one's simply called Dude Fucks a Car.
Oh, great. Oh, I wonder what this is about. Oh, it's a Yes record.
Courtesy of our friends over at chaotic.com. Have you seen this one? Have you seen this one? So, it is... it is what appears to be a gentleman...
fucking the grill of a sedan.
Yeah, so it's all of under a minute long. He's got the red polo shirt, the blue Adidas shorts.
Joggers,
Thank you. And yeah, he's popped out the part in the grill where it has like the logo for the car company, and it's just he's pumping away. Looks at the guy filming him, and then like immediately like looks away. Hey man, I'm just here. I'm just here
trying
doing
to
my...
fuck this car, bro.
I don't know. It's weird because the original video is apparently very, very short, and so this one on Chaotic loops a bunch of times. So like loops 4 or 5 times. And he's got a cell phone in his hand. What is he film? Is he filming himself?
I don't know where that's a little confusing.
Where is he like pretending he's looking something about his phone?
I feel like this is not the first video I've seen of someone fucking the grill of a car.
Very odd though. The look on his face. Huh? I don't know if you've ever seen it. There was a movie that John Hickenlooper directed. It's got Roy Cochrane and a couple other people, but Sean Astin is in it, and he plays this kind of weird loner from the Midwest who harangues his roommate and like sings Journey songs to him through the door. Only the Young, the fucking Journey song. He has that look of Sean Astin in that movie. I don't know. I can't even begin. His movie's called it's called The Low Life, 1995. George Hickenlooper. Kira Sedgwick is in it. It's a very strange little movie. But there's a moment in the movie where this sheltered guy, played by Sean Astin, gets really high for the first time, and like strips to his underwear and is standing there staring in the mirror and goes, "My head is larger than my body." That's the look that this guy is giving us, the viewer, and Dude Fucks a Car.
Dude fucks a car.
Dude
God
fucks
bless.
a car. God bless. Well, that means it's breath mint time.
It's time for your mom's favorite part of the show. It's time for the breath mint.
Brian, what have you been up to this week?
Man, just living. Boy, I tell you what's good. The new season of Invincible.
I have not caught up with Invincible.
It's comic book shit. I kind of love it or hate it.
Yeah.
I don't dislike this. I think it's actually pretty well done, pretty thoughtful. Definitely sometimes feels like production-wise is a little rushed because, man, those seasons come out quick.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have that comic book source material stank on it. This season actually has like a pretty good flow. Does some interesting stuff. Don't want to give too many spoilers, but it's a little bit more serious. It's a little less humorous. It's a tonal shift, but it handles it well. And I think that tonal shift started in the second season.
Mm-hmm.
Again, don't want to spoil too much. It's
Sure.
good. If you've watched the first 2 seasons, it's worth watching. It's not let me down like Harley Quinn has.
Yeah.
The last 2 seasons of Harley Quinn have been pretty dog shit. This really jumped the shark.
Which is a real shame because Alan Tudyk comes in as Clayface and kind of steals the show and all that. But yeah, you're right.
It's just a lot of little great performances.
In Invincible especially, I love that they gave kind of the villain role to J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
First of all, I love him. All right. I will watch anything and everything that he is in or has ever been in, down to random ass X-Files episodes that he shows up in. Boy, he steals the fucking show in that first season as Omni-Man. Boy, there's some great moments towards the end there, especially. I'm very excited to see that. I know that for the most part, the cast has always been really good. That they got the voices for the second season, especially where they brought in all these new characters.
Yeah, it's just really well done. like I said, sometimes the production feels a little bit rushed, but they also went with an art style that's not super complicated, but
it lends
coherent.
itself to that kind of thing. Yeah,
You can work with it. Having not read the comics, I heard the comics are a little bit more graphic, a little bit more horn doggy, but they kind of reel some of that back in, and it feels like a interpretation of the source material where people originally, the creators and all that, are like, you know what, let me have a second stab at this and like maybe fix some of the stuff that didn't age so well, and working with those writers to make it a little less weirdly horny and problematic, and to make it a little bit more coherent, a little bit stronger narrative.
All
So,
good things. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm with it. Yeah, because I felt like that same way about Preacher when that TV series came out, that like, oh, this was our way to kind of smooth over some of the weirder shit that Preacher got into. And at the same time, Preacher is still fucking insane as far as the TV series goes. I always like that. I like when a comic creator can come in, put their fingerprints on an adaptation, but also like maybe fix something that they felt might have been broken in the original. Sadly, having read a lot of Invincible, I don't think I've read the whole thing, but I read a good chunk of it. I read up to the part where and I'm like, I'm good. My understanding is that some of the more problematic elements are going to stay in it because it is an Amazon Prime show, and they already have The Boys, which is already, crossing several lines and stuff. So it's not unheard of. Makes me go, why are you spending money on The Boys when we could have a Transmetropolitan show? But that's just me. That's just me.
Like you think we won't get there.
Yeah, okay. We'll be living in that future by the time we get the adaptation, is what I'm saying.
All right.
It was supposed to be Patrick Stewart, if you remember this.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah, he's too fucking old. He wanted it so bad. He wrote several intros to the trade paperbacks saying, seriously, I want to do this. And Warren Ellis is like, yeah, man, he's great. I want him to do it.
And no one bit.
No one bit.
Patrick fucking Stewart.
Patrick Stewart is a big fan of Transmet. Very, very keen on doing it. If only this era of freaky, weird comics shit being on TV and film had happened 10 years earlier, 20 years earlier, we would have gotten it. Guaranteed. It's very easy to do, oh, what if Superman was evil? And I think Invincible does that, but also does something interesting with it. Right?
Yeah,
because Omni-Man is supposed to be our Superman stand-in in this.
And you got your Batman stand-in and your Green Lantern, and you got your tropes, and it plays with those tropes. And I mean, sure, The Boys does it too, but it's a little less cynical.
In the character of Mark specifically, there's this kind of earnestness.
And with Omni-Man, it's supposed to be a story of redemption.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a bad narrative, and I think it's well executed. And again, good Stephen Yeun.
Yep.
From The Walking Dead and a couple other things. Is great. Just overall fantastic. It's fun. And like I said, the third season is a little bit more serious, and it's not melodramatic, it's not heavy-handed. And it does a good transition from the more light-hearted stuff that you see in the first and second season.
I was going to say, if you think the first season is lighthearted, my God.
There's a little bit more humor.
Early on, yes, for sure.
And the second season's still a little bit more playful.
Sure.
But it's really hunkering down. Yeah, I mean, it's not like morbidly serious or anything, but it's definitely a tonal shift, and it's not for the worse.
I was going to say, it probably works in its favor.
Absolutely. And again, you got the vocal cast, and it feels like also the writer's room to back that up, so it's working out quite all right.
Yeah.
What you got, bad boy?
Oh, boy. Well, I got a book that I think you might like.
Yeah.
A guy named Chris Kozlowski, the most Polish name that I've read this year.
Yeah. Is he from Wisconsin?
I don't remember where he's from, but the book is fantastic. It's called Kayfabe, which for those of you who are following wrestling at all know that that's the kind of agreement that, what happens in the ring is different from what happens in real life. Well, the book is about a fictional wrestler named Dom, who is kind of a mid-card, what you call him, approaching what you would consider retirement in wrestling terms, but he's only in his like mid-30s. But he's feeling it, right? He's been wrestling since he was 18 or so, and he's kind of reaching that time where he's got to figure out what he's going to do with his life. Well, what he wants to do with his life is have his sister, Pilar, be the new up-and-comer. And so it's this interesting story about one wrestler on his way out and one wrestler on her way in, and this kind of friction that happens. You know, they're down on their luck. They don't have a lot of money. You know, he's wrestling mid-cards and on the road all the time and doesn't really have much else going on for him. You know, he neither does she. You know, she's got this cool best friend, but no real relationships to speak of. But it all kind of turns around when Bonnie Blue, who runs MCCR, this mid-card that Dom works for, gives Dom an offer. I'll give your sister a shot if you'll do this for me. And what this for me is what's called the Pit. And the Pit is kind of like what Lord A is doing. Unannounced wrestling in public spaces. But the difference is, in the Pit, the injuries are fucking real. And so she's basically hiring Dom to retire old wrestlers physically. He's got a lot of conflicts about that. Oh, am I next? You know, part of it is that he doesn't want his face to be shown. So they said, well, wear the luchador mask. And he's got a lot of history with that. And he doesn't want to, you know, wear the mask and all that. So it's really character driven. And all the characters are really, really deep in a way that I didn't expect a book about wrestling to be. So that kind of tells you, A, this guy did his research, and B, it's just talent because you can really get inside the heads of all these people. Really a stunning read. I really enjoyed that quite a bit.
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, and it's his debut novel.
Oh, wow.
And boy, it's a corker. I mean, I blew through that in maybe like 2 days. Really highly recommended. It's called Kayfabe, Kayfabe. Put that on your holds if you're on the library, because boy. The other thing that I have is Miracle Workers. Are you familiar with this at all?
I am not.
So this is one of those ones, kind of like People of Earth or any number of shows, where it got stuck on TBS, which a lot of people didn't even realize is still a TV channel.
I didn't know that they ran like new or original programming.
Yeah, TBS did a series of new and original programming, one of which was People of Earth, which was kind of a goofy alien abduction comedy, and then they did a few other things. But this one really got me. Daniel Radcliffe, main star, and then you've got a supporting cast of wonderful people, but also the other main star, Steve Buscemi.
Okay.
So Daniel Radcliffe and Steve Buscemi, the main guide stars for this comedy. Now, it's an anthology series. So just last night, we finished the 4th and final season of Miracle Workers. So each season is its own self-contained story, right? The first season is Daniel Radcliffe works for the Miracles Department of Heaven. Steve Buscemi is God. But God is kind of an annoying boss. The kind of boss that asks you to do shit like, come here and wipe my ass because I'm too lazy. God and one of the new workers in the miracle department makes a bet that if they can't get these two people to fall in love, he's going to blow up the earth. That's the first season. And the second season is, it's set in medieval times. Radcliffe plays the prince of this insane kingdom, and Buscemi is like the shit shoveler, like the lowest of the low. The third season is the Oregon Trail season, where Daniel Radcliffe is the preacher leading the people through to Oregon, and Buscemi is the wild outlaw who's kind of aging out of being an outlaw. And then the final season is called Miracle Workers End Times, and that is the Mad Max season where they're all living in the post-apocalypse.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
that sounds wild.
A lot of interesting ideas. They throw some really wild gags out there. There's some great running jokes that maybe don't hit at first, but then they grow on you, you know. But just a lot of great comedic talent on display. You got Paul F. Tompkins doing multiple recurring roles. You've got a number of just, oh, there's that funny guy, and he's doing a funny thing for like one scene in one episode. Because each season has 10 episodes, so it's a nice round 40 episode run. It's nice. It's fun. It doesn't do anything special, but it's a good time. It's that kind of thing where you used to regularly get that, like shows like that, where they were just like, we're going to do a short run, but we're going to do it for fun, and we're going to put everything we got into it. And everybody in it's great. The writing's sharp. The guy Simon Rich, who wrote the book that the first season is based on, stayed on as writer for all 4 seasons, and just kind of, yeah, sure, we're going to do whatever. We're going to do whatever is the guiding thing for all the seasons of this. And it's just, you can tell. Sure, yeah, we're going to do a whole episode of America's Next Top Model parodies, but it's in the post-apocalypse. So it's fun. I like fun.
I do like fun. Speaking of things that are fun, I'll keep this brief because you haven't watched it yet, and I would like to discuss it with you, but The Heretic.
The Heretic. Is it The Heretic or is it just Heretic?
I think it's just Heretic, probably.
Okay. That's Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant, basically evil Alan Watts.
I thought it was evil Jordan Peterson.
It's really more like evil Alan Watts.
Okay.
If I had to, I can see the Jordan Peterson argument, but basically he takes these 2 Mormon missionaries, these 2 young girls, they're late teens, early 20s, and he puts them through a crisis of faith with some really interesting twists and turns.
Now, the trailer made it look like he put him in a saw trap.
Not necessarily.
Okay. Because I remember seeing the trailer and went, oh.
Yeah, it's a little more psychological than that.
Okay.
It's a movie that, if it had a little bit of a wider penetration as far as like the zeitgeist, we'd be talking about some of its ideas a little bit more wildly. Or widely. Both words work, I suppose. But it's interesting. Hugh Grant gives probably the best performance I've seen him give in forever. The 2 young ladies that play the Mormon missionaries, whose names escape me, they do a great job. It's a small cast. I don't even think it's more than 6 people.
I was going to say, yeah, it seems like a very, very small kind of film.
But it's just very well shot, very eerie, very suspenseful.
Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East. And apparently we got a small appearance by Topher Grace.
Yes, out of all people.
Wow.
But it's super fucking fun. It's got some great practical effects. It's fun. And I see why they picked Mormon missionaries as the test mice, lab rats for this man's preoccupations without actually being too mean towards the Mormons.
Interesting.
I think that takes a little bit of nuance.
Interesting.
That a lot of other directors and screenwriters probably couldn't put off. I really enjoyed it. I'm waiting for you to watch it so we can discuss it. But 2 thumbs up.
Okay.
Didn't hate it.
5 bags of popcorn. Okay.
5 bags of popcorn. It moves good. It's smart. A lot of scenes where you kind of almost want to pause it and take in the scenery because it feels like there's a lot of small environmental storytelling, things like that. And my last one is I started playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
So did I.
Boy, that first chapter fucking drags.
It really does. I'm still on that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I literally started playing it today, so.
Oh, I just finished the first chapter, and it's good.
Yeah.
But it's like, fuck, this goes on forever, and it's definitely doing some Kingdom Hearts shit.
Yeah.
That's the main complaint people had with Remake and Rebirth is like, man, it hits the right nostalgia notes and like gives you a nice reinterpretation. It kind of refocuses or reframes the story. I just wish it didn't have the Kingdom Hearts bullshit.
I wish we didn't have to go back to Nibelheim for that long.
Yeah. Boy, I can't wait to get out of Nibelheim, Martha.
Look, that whole section. Oh, we got to get up to the thing. Okay, and you got to use the Mako vacuum. Like, oh God, can I skip this? Is there a way to skip the intro here? I understand what it's trying to do. It's trying to get you refamiliarized if you didn't play Remake with the systems and all that stuff. But like, please skip this. This is the part I hated in disc 2 of the original. Not great. It's all a flashback anyway.
Yeah, it's a now former coworker tried to explain some of the reframing. He's like, so you're not so fucking confused like I was. And it still didn't help because I'm still not sure where starting off with this flashback, which comes way later in the original game.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I even forget where it comes into play in the original game, but
I want to say it's after the Genova reveal.
It's fine that things aren't in the exact same sequence. That's okay. There's so much other stuff that happens in the game, the original.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do chocobo breeding and kill the fucking snake or, whatever. Like
ultimate weapon or, let's.
Running waters.
Yeah.
And Remake was so much fun.
Oh, yeah. I had a good time.
Just oodles of fun.
Although active combat still bothers me.
You don't like it?
It's fine. I'm a sucker for turn-based. That's just what it is. And I can lay the blame squarely on the original FF7. Scratch that. I can lay the blame on Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy III for getting me into turn-based combat. And so switching to active is still kind of... My brain doesn't want to do it. I'm still like, I'm waiting my turn. No, shit. Okay, I actually have to do a thing.
I don't mind it. It's fine.
It's fine.
Having put 3-4 hours into this and still feeling like it's a little bit more engaging than, say, Persona 5.
Your mileage may vary, but okay.
I found Persona 5 to be...
There's a lot of lead-in, a lot of intro. I get that.
Yeah, and I still haven't beat Persona 5, so I can't have a full opinion.
Sure.
I got the fucking Steelbook for PS4.
I got the Steelbook for Royal for PS4, so yes,
Yeah.
I'm there with you.
It's just holy shit. Holy shit piss.
Yeah, no, you'll get no argument from me. Look, I played the vanilla Persona 5 on the PS3.
Persona 5's like fucking 10 years old now.
Yeah. There's been 2 spin-offs, Strikers and Tactica. Neither one of which are as good, obviously, as the base game, but that's just me. I get it. There's a lot of lead up. There's a lot of getting there. And I feel like Rebirth is having the same problem. There's a lot of, okay, I explored all around Nibelheim. I did the thing. Please let me get to the rest of the game. Please get me my non-Sephiroth.
I want to get to the fucking fireworks factory.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Get me Yuffie. Let me actually have fun in the game instead of letting Sephiroth just beat everything for me.
My mother's name's Genova.
That's going to be important later. Like, they really signpost that. That's real fun. We played this
What's
game.
up, dog?
Sephiroth, Steve Jobs died of Ligma.
What's Ligma?
Ligma ball.
He's returning to the life force. Steve Jobs has returned to the life force.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm told that there's like 60 hours of this game left to play, so I'm looking forward to it. But I'm also like, oh, I finished Alan Wake, and I want to play Alan Wake 2, though.
Oh wow, Alan Wake 2.
That's actually just a random aside. I'll make this brief, but yeah, Alan Wake. I had never played the original all the way through. Finally finished it this week because I knew I was going to be playing Alan Wake 2 at some point this year. Mm-hmm. And boy, that's rough.
The first Alan Wake?
The first Alan Wake is a little rough.
You know what? I mean, you're playing it 10, 15 years after the
I'm
fact.
playing the remaster.
All right.
So, still has some rough edges.
I remember playing it when it was new. I think I was still working at a Blockbuster.
Okay.
I thought it was a ton of fun.
It's fun, but there's some rough edges now that maybe weren't so rough at the time when it came out.
Oh, absolutely.
Obviously, the Twin Peaks influence, big thing, right?
Stephen King influence.
Oh, name dropped several times. There's a lot of stuff in it that's neat. The dueling narrative of what you're playing versus what you're reading via the manuscript pages and all that. And okay, there's an interesting concept that Remedy came up with you got the flashlight to make the enemies weak, and then but I think it just gameplay wise, it gets real stale real quick. And my only problem with it is just that it goes on, even though it's only, 6 chapters makes the game. Even though it's only that long, it still feels too long.
I could see that.
It's just a lot of padding. You gotta walk to a place.
There is a little bit of padding, but I haven't played it since it was new, so I'm kind of going back through rose-tinted glasses. But
sure,
I remember being in the Pacific Northwest visiting my brother when he still lived out there, and actually like walking past the hydroelectric dam and realizing like, oh, this is the dam from Alan Wake, and my brother being like, the fuck? Like, yeah, this is literally the dam from Alan Wake that we're parked in front of.
This is where the well-lit room is. Yeah.
Just
there's some neat stuff. Granted, most of it, again, is copied straight from Twin Peaks. Not like that's a bad thing. The lady in the light carries the lantern like the log lady does. Like, there's some very distinct parallels. You're collecting coffee thermoses through the game because, black coffee and hot. Cool, fine, fun. But just, there's some stuff where you're like, all right. But I'm told by many, many people who have the same kind of vibes that I do when it comes to games and media and stuff, that Alan Wake 2 takes that and elevates it. So I'm excited. Yeah. I did like Control and all the stuff from Alan Wake that they brought into Control about the dark presence, so there's some stuff there that probably does lean towards a Remedy shared universe type of deal, which I'm also interested in.
Sure.
So I will. I'll let you know. I'll do a trip report for Alan Wake 2.
Please do, my dude. Please let me know.
Yeah. I guess that means it's time for us to tell people where to find us on the old internet. Brian, where can they find you?
Gosh, if they want to find me, they can head over to iShotGuidibord on Twitter, ISHOTGUIDBORD.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me at iShotGuidibord over on Blue Sky, on Twitter, or not Twitter, Instagram. You can find me at A Music Photographer. If you want to check out my music photography portfolio, you can go over to assholemusicphotographer.com. If you want to check out the last and only good media website left in St. Louis, you can head over to theartsstl.com. And I think that's all I got for today. Jason, where can they hound you?
Oh, boy. You can find me any place there's a video crime. That's me, VIDEOCRIME. Places like Blue Sky, Letterboxd, and things like that. You can also find me as part of a show that's not this one. It's called Submitted for the Approval of the Midnight Pals. There I play a fictionalized version of Stephen King. This week's episode, we're doing a mini episode. We're doing the a Talented Mr. Ripley episode this week. That's going to be at midnight-pals.simplecast.com or anywhere podcasts are sold. You can reach this show in a number of ways. My personal favorite is the telephone, 314-246-9766. That's 314-AHOY POO, if you like to spell with your telephone. You can shoot us an email, Jason at 8 minutesofdogsbarking.com. Brian with a Y at 8 minutesofdogsbarking.com. And you can support the show, patreon.com/48minutesofdogs. There we do our post-show hangout called Thanks I Hate It. We do our freaky stuff called The Mind Zone. And we're working on our punishment tier. If you've got an idea for the punishment tier, jog back like 30 seconds, grab a phone number or an email, and let us know what you think. Or subscribe to the Patreon. We're going to be putting up a poll there, and you can tell us what you want us to do. Well, that about does it for the show. My name's Jason.
I'm Brian.
And that means fucking nothing, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck it, whatever, man. YOLO.